Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Rupa Vilas Prabhu, I grasp your holy feet. I am the worst of the worst, but I'm very happy.
Maharaj.
Dandavat,
Indupati
Maharaj.
Indupati Prabhu, Dandavat, happy to have you with us here in London. And Mahamantra Prabhu, very happy to have you with us. Jai Guru Maharaj, Jai Guru Dev, Govinda Govinda, Dandavata, Lavanyamoi Devi Rasi, Madhu Gopal Prabhu. Dandavat, Dandavat.
Dandavat Maharaj, Dandavat all devotees.
Hare Krishna, todos glorious, Sri Guru y Sri Gauranga. My best Spanish. And Seva Rupa Didi in South Africa. English and maybe a little Afrikaans. Hi, Kyla. Kyla, yes? Haribol.
Haribol.
Haribol, good girl. Still some funny sound coming from the London microphone. Maybe now better. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Funny sound. Bandeham Shri Guru Shri Uttapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sadivam Sarvaitam Sabadutam Harijana Sahitan Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Paran Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitam Cha Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuran Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Then Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratishe Namaha. And to all of the devotees, Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Is it because we have the phones here?
I'm not sure why, but certainly it's SCS Mat West London, not the host, which has got some problem with the audio. Try saying something like Hare Krishna. Oh. Govinda, 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 Govinda. Unless you have a big well, like a frog in a well, I'm not sure the cause.
I know exactly the cause, but...
Anyhow, if you try to figure out what's happening, we can begin if you like, Devashis Prabhu. We've got a nice gathering with us. We're 5 minutes in.
Yes, go ahead.
Go ahead. Yes, you're in a big well. Now I understand. Yes, Rupa Vilas Prabhu, you have...
Yes, maybe, yes, let me help. Maybe it's because two people who are online are near each other. So that is why it is reverberating the sound. So they have to move away a little. That is my experience.
We know what the cause is, but we don't know how to solve it.
Okay, no problem. So let us speak for a little while. First of all, to welcome everybody, and Giridhari Prabhu has joined us too. Dandavat Giridhari Prabhu with a nice lotus. And where did Mahamantra Prabhu go? Yes, Mahamantra Prabhu was there. He's just hiding from us, hiding behind the Vaishnavas' names. And this morning we were singing that the Vaishnavas' names are our joy, and the Vaishnavas' name something else perhaps too. Maybe, I think, twice in that song of Dhanamora Nityananda Pranamora Gaura Chandra. I think twice in that song is mentioning about the names of the Vaishnavas. How we call out Mahamantra and he manifested. You see, very special. Hare Krishna. All right. So we're here, and Devashish has given us a very high title, and it's our Keshavananda Prabhu. He understood, okay, what's the thinking of the great Vaishnavas? And he's thinking, oh yes, Devashish Prabhu. He's seeing that today is Sita Thakurani, the consort of Advaita Acharya's appearance day. And immediately we have it coming up Lalita Saptami and Radhastami. So Krishna Mohini, did he Dandavat? Some sound is coming in from you, maybe not, I'm not sure.
Maharaj, Dandavat.
Dandavat and Dandavat to all the devotees.
Prabhu, all the devotees, Dandavat.
Govinda, Govinda. So Keshavananda, he's thinking of the working of the Vaishnava's mind, that we have these three very female appearance days. And so Devashish Prabhu, he's given us a theme, which is Gaudiya, worshippers of the divine feminine. Now, when I first saw that, I thought, well, this is above my pay grade, they say. Seeing we're in England, we can use some English expressions. It's above my pay grade to talk about fine things like this. But I knew Devashish Prabhu, he's got that expression, and I was thinking where, and found it in the Golden Staircase, and found there that subtitle within the book. And there, Guru Maharaj was talking about the dignity, and I thought Guru Maharaj would be first of all talking about the Radharani, Radha and Krishna, this aspect. But in fact, he's talking here about the dignity of ladies. So we can start here, because so often the ladies, sometimes with tears in their eyes, coming to Gurudev and saying, oh, it's always saying in the scriptures about the ladies this, the ladies that. We're not allowed to do this, shouldn't do that, so many things, or cannot understand this. But Guru Maharaj, in this part of the Golden Staircase, then he's telling his experience when he was young, and when his auntie noticed that he had some little hesitation about the ladies, because, of course, Guru Maharaj is super well read from a young age. And his auntie, he said to him, where is that part? Okay, I'll read you what Guru Maharaj said, because of always, when we can, it is, for me at least, it is very good to read Guru Maharaj's words. So Guru Maharaj said, but that notion was amended by my aunt in this following way. She noted my nature, my conduct, and once affectionately remarked to me, oh, don't you know that ladies represent Lakshmi Devi? They belong to the same section, and in them the qualities of sacrifice and submission are very clearly visible. So they should be respected. They should be respected. And the aggressive male nature is to be viewed unfavorably. The feminine ego conception is an ideal of a very noble type, wherein sacrifice, the devotional aspect, is very prominent. Ladies are not aggressors. They are sacrifice personified. Whereas the male nature, that is aggressive. So Guru Maharaj was there explaining what his aunt said to him. And then Guru Maharaj said, gradually that idea came to me, and I learned to appreciate Sita, Draupadi, and so many others, especially the supreme example shown by the gopis. The standard established by the gopis has shown that self-forgetfulness, self-sacrifice, and self-surrendering reaches its zenith, its highest conception in the lady aspect. The passive aspect holds the highest position. That viewpoint came gradually and caused a turnabout within my mind. And then now Guru Maharaj is talking about this high section, about Madhura Rasa, consorthood, is the highest position. And within Srimati Radharani, we find the greatest degree of sacrifice and affection. The males are the aggressors. They are responsible for all the difficulties and troubles, not the ladies. And we can actually hear Gurudev saying these words to some degree too. And so this is Guru Maharaj, Srila Maharaj continuing, that we possess the aggressive nature of a male is the disease in us. Gradually that perception developed from okay, so then maybe a paragraph or something, because that male, that aggressive nature of a male is the disease in us. Then a pause. Guru Maharaj saying, gradually that perception developed from inside, and ultimately I found that when the female nature is pure and in connection with the supreme Leela of Vatsalya Rasa and Madhura Rasa, then it holds the highest position in the topmost realm. And our aspiration is for engagement in the service of Srimati Radharani. The position of Sri Radha is that of the highest service to Krishna, and Radha Dasyam has been considered by Mahaprabhu to be the highest attainment. Vasudev Ghosh says, Jadi Gorana Hatto Tabbe Kiya Haite Kemone Dharitam De Radhara Mahima Prema Rasa Sima Jagate Janata Ke. This song we hear many times and referred to many times. So, quote, who could disclose this holy divine fact if Sri Gauranga did not personally appear on this earth? Who could let us know? Who could inform us that the highest servitor is Radharani? This is in inverted commas here. Then Guru Maharaj saying, but Gauranga did come, and he clearly showed that the highest conception of service is to be engaged in the service of that highest negative potency. Hare Krishna. So in dealing with such things, for me, the safest way to go is to directly read Guru Maharaj's words, because everything coming from Guru Maharaj's lips is pure and pure, clean, like well thought out, clear. And every day that we read from his books, which we are at the moment, we read from Guru Maharaj and Gurudev's books regularly. And whenever we read, we see, including today, like very clean, clear examples explaining various understanding that he's trying to get us to realize. Some things which in this world, really people can debate this, debate that, and so many things. But when Guru Maharaj is explaining, then he's giving very appropriate and clear examples for us to understand about many things. And here we have this example from his own life experience too, about seeing the ladies in the positive way as extensions of Lakshmi. And generally, we know of Lakshmi Narayan, but with Govinda, then he has hundreds and thousands of Lakshmis serving him. So what a land of service is Vrindavan. So within my pay scale, maybe reading Guru Maharaj. But to make elaborate explanations, or we can say other things, of course, about Mahaprabhu is Radha and Krishna combined, etc. And on the earlier part that Guru Maharaj was referring to there about the ladies and the ladies section, in other places, excuse me, in other places, then Guru Maharaj is saying that actually everybody in this age is born as a Sudra. This is Kali Yuga. We're all born as Sudras in this age, practically. Okay, we can always say, no, I wasn't born a Sudra. But I think if we're honest, we can all say we're born Sudras. So it does say in the scripture, the Sudras and ladies. So we can't deny it is being said there. But those who've been with our sweet Gurudev, then we've seen on different occasions, Gurudev saying about such sweet, good lady disciples and devotees are with Gurudev, serving Gurudev. But all my men disciples, they're all doing some nonsense. And it's that aggressive mood that is sitting in the background, whereas we know all the ladies are very submissive. Don't we, ladies? No comment. Yes. Okay, no comment. No one raised a hand. Hare Krishna. Anyway, starting us off, this is one or two words from me. And Devashish Prabhu is with us, and Keshavananda said, oh, Devashish, he's no doubt thought this one through and selected all sorts of things for us. So Devashish Prabhu, please come to you. And then we've got Keshavananda, who is bursting to say something too.
Okay.
Jai Devashish Prabhu ki Jai.
Thank you.
Let us see your garland. Nice, Prabhu, nice. We're happy to see you garlanded nicely, like that.
So
Good.
Can you hear me?
Clearly, now is Horosho. Good.
Okay. I was logged in here and on my phone as well, so that was causing the feedback. So I told Andy to take the phone and throw it some. So she's taken it. I hope she hasn't thrown it really.
Now.
Yeah, so Keshavananda Prabhu completely nailed it, exactly understood why I've given that title for today. Today being the appearance of Sita Thakurani, Monday Lalita Saptami, Tuesday Radhastami. And actually I was just recently reading Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He says that that those who worship Narayan, they are called Vaishnava, and those who worship Krishna, they are called Karshana, and those who worship Srimati Radharani, they are called Gaudiya. So there he states that that's the actual meaning of the word Gaudiya. Of course, you know, in Sanskrit, the D and the R are interchangeable. So Gaudiya can also mean Gaudiya, and Srimati Radharani, she is Gaurangi, Gauri, that is her name also. So some way we can understand how from the word Gaudiya or Gaudiya, then wait a moment. Don't know why that's happened. Sorry. Can't do it. Oh dear. Oh no, I don't know what I've done now.
We'll all have to call Devashis Prabhu and bring him back.
I don't know what's happened.
Okay, don't worry, we can hear Prabhu.
We can hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Trying to, where is it? Where is it? Can anyone? Where's Pandita or someone? I need Pandita or Ramananda to put this right. I have no idea how this works.
I'm coming over. 1 sec.
Hare Krishna. Praneshri Devidasi joined us. Dandavat. Tungarasa Devidasi joined us. Dandavat.
Where were you? In your flat?
I know Chinmoy is an alias.
I don't know.
Dandavat. But I know the alias also. Dandavat.
Dandavat Maharaj. Dandavat for everybody.
Who's giving a dandavat? Oh, Tungarasa Dedi.
Dandavat.
Aye, very good. Dandavat.
Really messed up, huh?
Having some technical problems in London. But Prabhu is fine. Radio is fine as well as television.
We've just kind of lost Zoom altogether.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Go down. Oh, you're on.
Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Nitai Gauranga.
There, look at the one. Hooray!
Haribol, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribol. Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, we're back now. Can you see us?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, happily.
Okay.
Nicely garlanded, surrounded by effulgent Vaishnavas.
So I can't even remember what I was saying now. Oh yeah, Gaudiya, Gaudiya. So yes, the followers of Srimati Radharani, they are Gaudiya, and that's the defining principle of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, is that their Ishta Devata is Srimati Radharani, not even Krishna, but Srimati Radharani. And we heard from Guru Maharaj that whilst on parikram of Vrindavan with Saraswati Thakur, that one of the devotees remarked when one famous Vaishnava king and his party were doing Dandavat Parikrama of Radha Kund. And for those of you who don't know what Dandavat Parikrama is, it means you do Shastanga Dandavat, lie flat, and with outstretched arms, where your arms, fingers reach, that's marked with a stone or something, and then they get up and their feet go there, and then again, full Dandavat, lying prostrate on the floor, and going the whole circumference of Radha Kund in this way. So one of the devotees remarked to Saraswati Thakur, oh, they have so much reverence for Srimati Radharani. And Saraswati Thakur said, yes, it is true, but their idea and our idea are the complete opposite. They are worshipping Srimati Radharani because they are considering that she is the dearmost of Lord Krishna. And we are worshipping Krishna because he is the dearmost beloved of Srimati Radharani. And that's the difference. And some people will say, well, that's like just splitting hairs or something. But it is actually an important distinction between the Gaudiya Vaishnavas and other followers or worshippers of Lord Krishna. So this way, and also in another place, Saraswati Thakur said that that the followers of Mahaprabhu, they are Shuddha Shaktas. So that means they are, generally the worshippers of Shakti. That means they are, followers or worshippers of Durga Devi and so on. But in that same article, Saraswati Thakur says, Durga Devi herself, she says, in Vrindavan I am Radharani. So not to misunderstand that, but it means that the highest aspect of the Shakti is Srimati Radharani. And we are aspiring to follow that. And Srila Guru Maharaj, in his own unique commentary on Brahma Gayatri Mantra, when he was explaining that to us, he said that the Gayatri, which is non-different from the flute song of Krishna in Goloka Vrindavan, the Gayatri is also known as the mother of the Vedas. So that means all of the Veda comes from the Gayatri Mantra. The Gayatri Mantra being, like the primordial source of that. And Guru Maharaj has said, I thought the meaning of the Gayatri Mantra, the deep meaning of the Gayatri Mantra must come to the line of Srimad Bhagavatam. So we see Guru Maharaj's explanation is, Gayatri Moralista Radhapadam Dhimahi, that the flute song of Krishna, the Gayatri Mantra, is extolling us to worship the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. And Guru Maharaj has explained that Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the cream of Vedic literature, in other words, Guru Maharaj said, the junior most of the scripture, but with the senior most thought, because it was Vedavyas's final work at the very height of his own spiritual maturity, of his own spiritual realization, at the very height of that. Then he composed Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the Bhagavad Purana, also known as the Amala Purana. Now that means spotless. Amala means spotless. So that Purana, Srimad Bhagavatam, has nothing within it which is superfluous to the proper understanding of essential spiritual truth. So the very gist of Srimad Bhagavatam is to explain to us the glories of Srimati Radharani. And although her name isn't explicitly mentioned there for various reasons, it is the objective of Vedavyas to explain to us that the whole of the Veda, the whole of the revealed truth of Vedic literature is to show the glory and the supremacy of Srimati Radharani. So in this way, we can say that Gaudiya means those that worship the divine feminine. And of course, as Maharaj said, maybe this is all above our pay grade, but it is essential that we understand this. Although we may not, be qualified to enter into the minutiae or the details of that. That definitely is far above our pay grade. But the principle of that is essentially what defines Gaudiya Vaishnavism, or what defines the followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explicitly. So, and today being the appearance of Srimati Sita Thakurani, whose significance in the Leela of Chaitanya Dev, especially surrounding his appearance, is huge. And of course on Monday, Lalita Saptami, the leader of the Gaudiyas, and of course on Tuesday, the Srimati Radharani's day, Radhastami, Radha Thakurani being the highest object of worship and veneration of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So I thought today that would be an appropriate subject for us, up to the limit of our pay grade, we can say. When we heard many things from Guru Maharaj, some high things, and he would check himself often by saying, oh, such high things from such a mean mouth. Then, you know, if Guru Maharaj is going to say that, then what about ourselves? You know, then it's, you know, the comparison is ludicrous. But still, it is necessary for us to know what is the supreme objective and the supreme destination of those who are followers of the Gaudiya conception. And once Srila Gurudev, Srila Govinda Maharaj, in our East London mosque, when we were together in his room up there, he was just going down to give a talk to the devotees, and just as he was getting ready, he said to me, "Oh, do you understand, Devashis Prabhu, that those who stay in the line of Guru Maharaj, they must get the service of Rupa Manjari. They must get that. That's the line of Guru Maharaj, and anyone who stays in that line, they must get that." And he looked at me, and I'm sure he could understand that I had no real idea what he was talking about. But I said, "Yes, Maharaj, I'm sure what you're saying is true, but I won't pretend that I actually know what that means. But I do know that that is the highest attainment of any of the followers of the Gaudiya Sampradaya, and especially Guru Maharaj, the Rupanuga Dara, the carrier of the conception of Rupa Goswami, who is, of course, in Vrindavan Leela, is Rupa Manjari, and Rupa Manjari, the head of the servitors of Lalita Devi in the intimate pastimes of the divine couple. More than that, we will not say. We do not know. We can't even imagine. But I thought it was important that we speak about that as much as we can today. Anyway, that's my little contribution for today.
And Devashis, you mentioned that Radharani's name is not mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam, but in our very valuable small book about Gaudiya Siddhanta, means the golden volcano of divine love, her name is mentioned 112 times. Amazing. And then you see, so we really are the worshippers of the highest aspect of the female in that sense. I'll pass over the microphone to Keshavananda Prabhu. Let us hear from Keshavananda.
In reference what Devashis Prabhu was saying, fairly recently we had the disappearance day of Rupa Goswami, and we were hearing from Gurudev, I think from Gurudev, but saying like we are just minors, we're children, but we have an inheritance. An inheritance has been left for us by our guardians. That you know, we are children, we can't really understand what that is, but still they tell us about these things, and we hear about these things in a humble and mood of worship. You know, always remembering as we go into the Nat Mandir of Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Navadvipis Pujala Ragapata Matala Harijana Kirtanaranga is above the door of the mandir, you can say. It's that realm. We want to install that on the altar of our hearts. That is to be worshipped by us, not to go in the line of fools rushing in where angels fear to tread. But still, in the Srimad, in the Bhagavatam, especially in Srimad, in the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, you know, as we're going through that great and beautiful literature, these things come up sometimes. Sometimes we're just hearing the wonderful prasadam that's being taken, and within a few shlokas, Rupa Goswami is producing the Lalita Madhava and the Vidagdha Madhava and presenting these amazing jewels to Mahaprabhu. So, and Gurudev would say, and I have to tell something. We have to give something, or you will go away. You know, we show you some of that inheritance. We show in the appropriate way. Our Gurudevs, our guardians, show us in an appropriate way to show what is the wealth of Rupa Goswami, what is the wealth of Mahaprabhu and Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Saraswati Thakur. And then, you know, when we're talking to modern audiences and we get so many questions, and certainly recently in Ukraine, we have many of the people come back again and again. So we may have a very introductory talk quite down, really. But then people are coming again and again. And I know by the grace of Guru Maharaj that when he would just make a simple statement that actually we are worshippers of the divine feminine, you've immediately got their attention. It's a powerful statement because it goes, you know, for those raised in the Abrahmanic tradition, the whole female part of Godhead is very suppressed. Maybe it's there somewhere, but it's suppressed, it's hidden, it's not at all obvious. Whereas in, you know, Vedic conception, she ultimately being Shrimati Radharani, and her expansions and extension is always in the first position. Oh, Sitaram, Lakshmi Narayan. So to a Western audience, simply asserting that, even without going into any detail, you know, fine detail, just that. And Guru Maharaj would say, you know, it says it explicitly. I can't remember. It's one of the small books, Home Comfort, or one of those very small books, and within 3 pages, Guru Maharaj is saying, you know, he's talking about the plane of exploitation and how that's not who we are, really. That's a concoction. And he says we are actually, he says we are members of Mahabharata's party, you know, the serving power, we're under her. He says it straight away. He's talking about, Guru Maharaj talking about fulfillment, you know, that's right. He's talking about fulfillment, this thing we're all looking for. And he says, fulfillment, that's a thing of the limited world. The idea that you can be filled and complete like that. That's an idea of the limited world. Actually, we are members of the dedicating Mahabharata's party, the dedicating moiety. That is this is dynamic and never filled like that. So Guru Maharaj just, he's always presenting in a way that we can understand that this is ununderstandable, but still it's our worshipable destination, our worshipable, even though it may be, in his words, you know, uncalculable, undesignable, and beyond hope. Still, this is the treasure of our guardians. This is what they have come to distribute. Mahaprabhu distributing the highest thing, then what is that highest thing? Then what is coming to our Srila Guru Maharaj and Srila Govinda Maharaj is that highest thing. And I may not know that or understand that, but we're bowing down to that beautiful, their vision of the divine feminine, their vision of her holy lotus feet and her servitors. Sometimes Goswami Maharaj kind of laughing, he said there's some humor to it, that in our line there's all these big sannyasis, big men who are so powerful, but then when it's traced back, what is their actual position? Who are these personalities in their most most intimate form of servitorship? These Sakis and Manjaris. So we're bowing down, and we're just happy to have come into connection with something of this beautiful, all accommodating, all harmonious, all wonderful conception, vision of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, where every opposite, every irreconcilable thing is held so beautifully and shown in its proper place, in its proper relationship with everything else. Just so wonderful. So our fortune is unlimited to be sitting here on this wonderful day of Sita Thakurani's appearance, who through various pastimes, but we know so especially through the wonderful song from the Charitamrita of Gauda Purnim, when the ladies come to visit the child, and Sita Thakurani gives him the name Nimai because he appeared under the neem tree, and she's got so many, she comes in a palanquin looking so beautiful and wonderful and bringing so many interesting gifts for the young Vishwamba, Nimai. What a wonderful day to remember these and then in our own lives as well, that our senior ladies who are so humble and so in the background and always serving away. We can say in my own life, I owe so much to them, so much to my aunties, my sisters and aunties in this line, undoubtedly. So much insight, inspiration, encouragement received over the years from all our wonderful lady devotees. So we can only offer our obeisances to all on this wonderful day. Jai, Sita Thakurani.
Jai. Very enthusiastically presented to us by Keshavananda Prabhu. And Devashis, is that Ramasunda Prabhu behind you and Mr. and Mrs. Vyas?
Ramasunda Prabhu and Mr. and Mrs. Rastogi.
Rastogi, yes, my goodness, sorry. Our picture is very small on our screen. Yeah. Oh, we're happy, surprised and happy to see you in the West London temple today.
We're holding a festival of Vaishnav Seva in remembrance of Ishanuga's mother, Saraswati's mother, Krishna Mohini's mother, who passed away just 10 days ago. So they've all come so that we can feed them Mahaprasadam today.
You've made a big pilgrimage across London. That's a big pilgrimage,
Yes,
we know.
it is.
For me, very difficult to travel now.
Yes.
Yes, actually, Mr. Rastogi, very difficult for us all to travel now.
Anyway, nice to have your darshan.
Hare Krishna. Jai. So, any contribution from anybody? Rupees accepted, pounds, euros, chapati.
So,
Yes, Rasamoy Pandita raised a shy hand. So let us hear Rasamoy, a humble hand, I should say. She raised a humble hand. Yes.
Well, it's just because I feel very, very unqualified to speak about this. But really, what I've heard of the Didi's mother, she was a very, very saintly person, very devoted to God. She would pray daily. She would help the poor. She would go to church all the time, and she had a very active devotional practice. And I just, hearing about the divine feminine from you all so beautifully today, I cannot help but link it to the beloved mother of the Didis and whom we're honoring today and remembering with much affection, because she has given us 3 super Vaishnav Didis and in extension many other additional generations of beautiful devotees. So that's all I wanted to share. And I'm not the person to talk about this, but because everyone is very busy, I thought I'd just add that.
Maybe that was quietly in Devashish's mind there too, thinking of her qualities. A very female-centered day. Jai.
Yes, Maharaj.
Did I meet your mum, Krishna Mohini Didi?
No.
Did I, or is Ishanuga with us? No.
Yes.
Oh, I can't see you, but Dandavat, I could hear you. Yes.
Slightly out of.
Did I meet your mother?
No, Maharaj.
No. And Pandita Raswami Pandita saying she gave 3 wonderful devotees. There may be more also. I know it's quite a big family. Are there 3 in your family, or are there more devotees in your family?
There are devotees of Jesus.
But one older sister who introduced them to Krishna consciousness as well. Used all 3. And also younger brother whose children all have devotee names. And so has some appreciation. They have some appreciation.
All right, yes. So let us also from here extend some goodwill and some good thought.
Can I say something, sir?
Yes, Mr. Rastogi, Hare Krishna. Rare opportunity to hear from you. Please.
First of all, my Dandavat to both of you and everyone over here. I think you might be hearing the news of the world at the moment. And we need the younger generations to be trained into our Vedic knowledge and Sanatana Dharma, because the people now they want the Hinduism to go away, but Hinduism is the oldest religion in the form of Sanatana Dharma, which is humanity, only humanity. So thousands and thousands of years ago, since the birth of the planet, I should say. So we have to work on it, that our younger generation from the basic education, they come with the knowledge through you people, that they are trained to know about our Vedic literature and Vedic knowledge. That's all I have to feel. So that's my view.
Not only through us people, through you people too. You are carrying the message of India. As soon as anyone sees your body, they know, oh, here is an Indian man. You can share something of the gift of the Vedas and the ripened fruit of the Vedas, Srimad Bhagavatam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna enveloped with the heart and halo of Radharani. Yes, Prabhu, much necessity for education. Real education, not 1 + 1 is 3. Oh, sorry, what is it? 4, 1, 2. 1 + 1 is 2. Okay.
Sometimes.
I heard this morning Prime Minister Modi is saying that they are going to establish a Vedic university in India, which will give the knowledge to the children right from the beginning.
Yes. There are many things to be done that may give some knowledge to 1,000 children, but I think there are many tens of millions, even 100 million children, I do not know, in a population of 1.3 billion at yesterday's count. Prabhu, there is so much to do, and the most important thing is to spread the glories of the holy name and of Gauranga and Nityananda's gift to the world. This is the urgent item, and for us to try to live that as well. To us not only to tell others, but we need to come to the holy name for our shelter. And how to chant the holy name, how to take shelter of the holy name through humility, tolerance, giving honor to others, not wanting honor for oneself, associating with the devotees, service, some sadhana, regular practice of our japa, of our reading, etc. Adjusting with the environment, not fighting with the environment. All these things, Mahaprabhu's gift is very simple, but yet difficult to do. A lifetime of practice. But this is really the urgency, and Srila Prabhupada was so efficient to see how to, at that time, place, and circumstance, to distribute the glories of the Lord and his devotees and his name. I see a hand from Praneshwari without an arm. Mystic.
Dandavats Maharaj, Dandavats all the devotees. I would ask your permission to please have Pandita read the chat. There is a short excerpt from Srila Guru Maharaj.
We already read that before you joined us, Praneshwari. Maharaj.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, okay. There's nothing in my chat, but so...
It was what you read yourself, Maharaj.
Okay, okay. Jai Praneshwari, thank you very much. Jai.
Thank you.
On any subject, any topical subject, anybody, anything. Who is the main pujari? We've come to the West London mat today. Who is the main pujari, or is it not a main pujari? It's all shared between different devotees.
Normally it's Sachi Devi, Didi, and today it is Gaura Narayan Prabhu, I believe.
Okay, Jai. So head pujari is Sachi Devi.
There is no head. Well, it's a collective endeavor.
Okay. 2 heads are better than 1, 3 heads are better than 2. So we got lots of heads serving lots of hearts, we'll put it this way, lots of hearts serving their lordships. Jai. And any news from the London temple? We've come there, we can ask, what news from West London temple? Devashis Prabhu, when's the last time you were in the temple? What's changed since you were there last?
Not a great deal. We were here most recently for the anniversary festival.
Ah, yes, yes.
Just before Janmashtami.
Right. Yes.
But it is always a work in progress, and there's always some positive evolution going on whenever I come, I can say.
And Tulsi Devi's greenhouse?
Yes, right, it is up and running, and Tulsi living there, happily living there.
Jai. And the East London Tulsi greenhouse?
Yes, also.
Jai.
Living happily there also. Looking after her very nicely there.
Who is looking after?
Mongol Prabhu.
Oh, yes, yes, okay.
Jai.
All right, so let us leave you for your lunchtime program, and we've been happy to be there. And here this evening already, we're getting ourselves ready, because we're going to sing this evening. I know it's not Gaura Punima, but we are going to sing that whole section of Mahaprabhu's appearance, because it's so wonderful, and we can sing it at other times, not only on the appearance day, and because it's got that super nice section about Sita Devi, Advaita Acharya's consort. Oh, look at the greenhouse. Yes,
Yeah.
oh, Tulsi looking very happy.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yep.
Wow, Vrindavan in London.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Beautiful.
Sri Tulasi Mandir.
Mm.
Sri Tulasi Mandir, yes. Jai, Jai, Jai.
Happy hotel for Tulsi Devi.
Oh, there.
Beautiful, wonderful to see, and well done to all the devotees who put their energy to bring this about, both with the finances, but with the building. It wasn't just paying for something, it was a work of love for Tulsi Devi.
Right.
Beautiful. All right, so dear devotees, please continue happily. It's your lunchtime, and let us leave you peacefully, but leave you in remembrance of Sita Thakurani's appearance day, of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, of Advaita Acharya. And in the beginning of Chaitanya Charitamrita, there's a whole chapter dedicated to who is Advaita Acharya. Then, not ordinary people of this world by any means. In fact, the very opposite. So we'll be very careful dealing with such subject matters. Keep our head at their feet and pray for their grace, especially on days like today, when we can remember Sita Thakurani, pray for her grace, that they may be pleased with our attempt to say something, at least.
Jai.
Devashis Prabhu, you can give jais today. You are there in the temple.
Jai Saparikashi Sri Guru Varanga Radha Girid Hari Jiu Ki Jai.
Jai.
Jai Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Sunda Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai.
Jai.
Srila Bhakti Rakha Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Vishnupad Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Ki Jai. Bhargya Ki Jai. Jai Sri Chaitanya Saraswata Acharya Vrinda Ki Jai. Jai Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Srimati Tulsi Maharani Ki Jai. Jai Sita Thakurani Ki Jai. Jai Paul Cartel Ki Jai. Sri Harinama Sankirtan Ki Jai. Jai Srila Bhakti Ranjan Madhusudan Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Keshavananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Jai all the Eastern and Western devotees Ki Jai. Nama Sankirtan ki jai. Nitai Gaura Premanande.
And special remembrance for Sri Mam. I don't know her
Yes.
name. Sri Mam of Ishanuga, Saraswati Didi, Krishna Mohini Didi. To Sri Mam, special remembrance. She must be in a very good position. May she give her gracious glance to us all, still here in our fleshy bodies. Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bo, Jai Sriman Devashis Prabhu ki jai. All the London Bhakti Vrinda and the assembled devotees ki jai, and Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bo. Govinda Govinda, Dandavat Dandavat. Ramasunda Prabhu, very happy seeing you there, all there. Jai Jai.